Hello everybody, glad y'all are in. Let's not waste any time, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's get started. I'm going to let more people come in before I explain the title. I'm going to let more people come in first. Because it's complicated and I want to make sure I don't have to explain it 100 times. I mean, I still will, but it's something that I'd rather not go into 100 times. It's just really irritating. No, it doesn't have to do with my health, CJ. It's not about my health, fortunately. Oh shoot, 2 Glads and a Goki. Well, this won't go well. Alright, let's see how this goes. What's the meaning of the title? Give me a look, let some more people come in and then I'll explain. No, it's not the end of For Honor, Dionysus. Alright. Got our first zone. Damn. Oh well. Never been much good against gladiators anyway. Alright guys, so here's basically what's happening. I'm leaving Longhorns. I'm officially leaving Longhorns. My goal to become a manager is over. My desire to work for them has been shot. I no longer wish to work for Longhorns. I okay with that decision? No, I'm not okay with it. I don't like that I have to make the decision, but it's the decision that has to be made. It's what has to happen. I have been backstabbed by them. Like, quite frankly, they betrayed me. They turned their back on me and betrayed me in a huge way. Yeah, Daniel knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I told Daniel about this way beforehand. Like, what they've done. And here's the thing, Daniel, I didn't tell you about this over the phone because I was so mad. So, Daniel, you told me, Daniel, I hope you're still there. Daniel, you told me to talk to Jodan. So I said, okay. I went back to Jodan and I tried to be as delicate as possible. So what I said to him was, Jodan, buddy, I saw the schedule for this month. Do you have any plans to work me as an SP this month? Like, what you got for me? And he said, I'll see what I can do, baby boy, but I can't promise anything. I mean, I did try to give you some shifts last month. And I was just like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, Daniel, what he basically did was he not only dodged the question, he blew it off and then made an excuse. He blew it off and then made an excuse trying to say, like, I tried to give you shifts last month, baby boy. I told him why I couldn't take some of those shifts that he gave me. I had obligations that I couldn't skip. And besides, that was last month. That was last effing month. What does last month have to do with this month? And all the shifts he gave to frickin' Russell, and he couldn't give me some. He couldn't say, well, tell you what, let me see what I can do with Russell. But he hasn't contacted me back. He hasn't said, okay, here's what we'll do, or hey, I've got an idea. No, he hasn't contacted me back, and it's been a few days. There we go. Daniel, oh goodness, that does sound like him. If there's a way that it's the highway, it sucks. I can honestly say if you don't drop every obligation for them, then it's a problem. Well, yeah, and that's what bothers me. Here's the thing. You know, Daniel, if he had... So, for those of you who don't know, let me explain the situation for those of you who don't know. Last year, around December, I told Jodan that I was interested in going management. He said, well, not him, to be fair. Pete said. Pete is our regional manager. He said, let's start you off as a service professional, which is essentially an assistant manager for the front. He said, let's start you there, and we'll work you up from that. And I said, okay, that's fair. So, Jodan, when can I start being a service professional? We'll start next year, January. Okay. January rolls around. All right, Jodan, I'm ready to get started. We got a lot going on, baby boy. Let's try February instead. Okay, February it is. And he said, I don't know, baby boy. Like, you know, I do want to work you, but you kind of got a lot going on with subbing and stuff like that. Like, I kind of need someone who's got a better availability. I dropped subbing. I said, all right, done subbing. Let's start in March. Still didn't start. Finally, in May or June, one of the two, May or June, I finally get started. I finally get started as a host. Not as a host, as a service professional. I finally start doing this. I finally start doing service professional work. But he's only working me 2 or 3 times a month. I'm going to repeat that. 2 or 3 times a month. And I beg him, I need more shifts than this. I need to be making more money. I gave up substitute teaching for this. I need to be making more money than this. And he keeps saying, well, you know, we're not really used to using SPs around here. I mean, I can only use them when I'm available to use them, you know. I gotta think about the restaurant, you know. And he kept making excuse after excuse after excuse. I had to go to another restaurant entirely. Just to ask for more shifts, and they couldn't even give me more shifts. So I just thought, you know, maybe this is just the way service professional is. You just can't get all the shifts you really want. Maybe that's just the way it is here. And I was very disappointed. But it gets better. It gets better. So I go back to subbing because I think I need to make money, and this is probably going to be the only way I can. But wait for it. This month, there's an employee there named Russell. And he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. I have nothing against Russell personally. But he is on the schedule, on the manager's schedule, to be a service professional 2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week over the next month. He's got a bunch of shifts, and I'm not even on the manager's schedule to be an SP. So on the one hand, I've been begging for months to get more shifts, and I get strung along and, dodged, and, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we got to think about this. But Russell gets everything I asked for, and I don't even know what he went through. Now, was it because Joe Don thought, I'm going back to subbing, so I can't do it? Was it because, I've been bouncing between restaurants, so I won't be as available? I don't know what's going through his mind. So I was mad. Now, when I went to Joe Don and spoke to him, if he had said, I didn't realize, baby boy, I thought you'd gone back to subbing and you just couldn't do it. If he'd said that, I might have been like, well, now you know. Get me on there. But no, he dodged the issue. He made an excuse. He tried to shame me for last month when I couldn't work a few shifts that he'd given me because I had obligations. And that was really, really upsetting. It broke my heart because, here's the thing, I don't dislike Joe Don. Daniel will tell you, Joe Don's a great guy. He is one of the nicest people ever. He is super friendly. He cares about everybody. He's just an all-around good guy. So it hurts me that he made this decision. It hurts me that he did this. Because I've done a lot for him. And Daniel, you were just talking about it. You made sacrifices for them too. You gave up 10 days of your vacation time for the guy. You did everything you could for him. You did everything you could for the guy. And I've done everything I could for the guy. And at the end of the day, he did this. And it feels like a absolute slap in the face. It felt like an absolute slap in the face. Like, Russell's been there half the time I've been there. I've been at Longhorns way longer. Now, to Russell's credit, Russell's willing to do a bunch of stuff around the restaurant. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He'll do everything, but he's a master of nothing. He'll host, he'll do salad fry, he'll dishwash, he'll run food, he'll do to-goes. He'll do a lot of stuff, and that's to his credit. And you could make the argument, well, Raven, you're not trained in every area of the restaurant. Yeah, but I've asked to be trained. Daniel, support me on this. Hit me up in chat. Didn't I ask to be trained in bar or to-goes? Didn't I ask to be trained in other areas? I asked numerous times, hey, if the problem is that I need to be trained in other areas, train me. I'll be trained. I'll come in on some evening and just follow around the bartender, or I'll help out with to-goes, or I'll do something. Please, just give me the training. I'll do it. But I was never given anything. And so now that Joe Don has done this and basically said, I'm not going to guarantee anything, I can't trust him. I can't trust the restaurant. I won't say everything, but do keep in mind who he has in his ear right now. Plus, I think Russell also is going to quit, so that could play a factor. Not a correct way to handle it, but could play into it. Wait, Russell was going to quit? Wait, are you saying...
Stand fast.
You can text me, Daniel, if you'd rather keep it private between us. Was Russell blackmailing Joe Don? Was he basically saying, if you don't give me a shift, I'll quit? Oh my god. And yeah, I do know who he's got in his ear. I do know who he's got in his ear, Daniel. It's... He was going to quit because of what happened to you. Wait, Russell was going to quit because of what happened to you? That is very surprising. So what you're basically saying is, just to be clear, Daniel, Russell said, for what you did to Jodan, I'm considering quitting. And they said, nah, if you don't quit, we'll keep you as an SP. It's just disappointing. Sorry, I had to focus on that. That Gladiator was playing rough. Correct. I think it was the only way to convince Russell to stay after everything that happened, only because they started dangling the management carrot to him. Here's the thing. I like Russell. I think he's a good guy. I really do. So I don't hold anything against him. I'm not like, Russell, this is your fault. You betrayed me. No. Like, if they genuinely offered this to Russell, I can't blame him for saying yes to it. I would have said yes to it. Genuinely, I need the hours and the money. So I don't blame him one bit for that.
You've captured Zone C.
Anyway. But yeah, and that bothers me too, Daniel. If you think about it, that's even worse because basically they were willing to dangle management in front of Russell to entice him. But when I was begging for it, they wouldn't give it. You know, I've been begging for months. I've been begging for months, and they decided not to give it. But Russell says once I might quit, and they're like, no, and then they keep him on. I don't know. That just seems really unfair. It's just really unfair.
You captured Zone C.
And I'll say again, I have nothing against Jodan. Well, again, I have nothing personal against Jodan. He's a good guy. I respect him in a big way. And he's a very good person. I think he is. But this felt like a very big breach of trust. And I can't trust him. Yeah, you're right. They do use and abuse Russell because he's so willing to do anything. And that's the thing about Russell. He's willing and able to do anything. And that's what makes them want to keep him. So if anything, I can't blame Russell, and I don't hate Jodan despite it all. I probably could. They want a yes man that clears the schedule at the drop of a dime. Yeah, essentially. So here's basically what's going to happen to give you guys kind of the idea of what the plan is going forward. I haven't officially turned in my 2 weeks yet. I can't afford to. I'm not subbing enough to be able to make that up. So I'm going to continue hosting. I'm not going to beg for any more SP shifts. If Jodan gives me some, fine. But I'm not going to beg for any more. Hold on. Thanks for killing yourself. Appreciate it. Gladiator's a parry reader. Anyway. But yeah, so essentially what I'm going to do is I'll still work for Longhorns for the time being. Like, I'll just do my hosting shifts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start checking with the schools that I'm working at and start asking if they have any long-term subbing jobs or open teaching jobs. And if they say that they've got any coming up or any that would be promising, then I'm going to say, give me 2 weeks because I got to turn in my 2-week notice, and then I'll take that job. Has that gladiator? No, that gladiator hasn't died yet. I wonder if he isn't scripting because he parries very easily. So what exactly did Longhorns do to betray his trust? Rewind the video, man. It's not something I want to explain over and over again. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. Oh, thanks for the $2, Tech. I didn't notice. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. I won't deny I'm mad about it. I mean, I think Longhorns is getting worse. I think it's just my Longhorns. I don't know if it's the full restaurant chain. Daniel, you may know more about that than I do. You may know more about what's going on with Longhorns in general. But for me, I don't know. Raven, you should draw Longhorns immediately and start at school to do for honor history lessons. Unfortunately, they're not offering enough subbing jobs right now that I could make the money I need to. Throw your feet, bro. Yeah, Daniel, I'd agree. I think it's just this region, really. I think it's just this region. Very poor decisions, very poor people in charge. Just not a good situation. Not a good situation. Godzilla, I encourage you to go rewatch the beginning. You'll hear the full thing. This is why I didn't want to tell the whole story right away, because people are going to join late and not know the context.
You captured Zone C. Victory.
Man, that gladiator got 19 kills. That's crazy. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. But yeah, Daniel, you know the full story. You were there. You heard the full thing. Yeah. I had to think about this. For a while. It was not an easy decision to make. I am very disappointed. It should not have been this way. Yeah. Anyway, now you know. Now you know what's going on. And I'm very... It's disappointing, but it is what it is. I'm taking as many subbing jobs as I can. I just finished a second one today. I've done 3 this week. I did Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I've got another one set up for Thursday of next week, Friday of next week. Tuesday, I'm not going to sub or work at Longhorns because that's the Warriors Den day. So I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, but the cool thing is, on a cool note, Daniel and I got to hang out not too long ago. I mean, it wasn't just us. We hung out with a couple other people, but we got to meet up and chat for a while and have a good time. We're definitely going to need to meet up again under different circumstances, because it was kind of weird, Daniel. Nothing against you or nothing, but it was just weird how anytime we started to talk about something, suddenly we would get interrupted by someone stopping to chat with you, and then you'd have to retell your whole story again. It was crazy. I was just like, bruh, we are trying to have a conversation. It wasn't their fault. I mean, it's just what it was. But I was just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, they had turned their quest to Daniel. More like they were trying to figure out what Daniel's quest was. My Sohei looks good. He hasn't changed much. This is the same Sohei I've been using for a while. Do I have any tips on how to play Lawbringer? Lawbringer's a really weak character right now, so not a lot of tips I can give. He's just really weak. Oh, I got tired of going on repeat that night. I didn't expect that. I just, well, I mean, I kind of knew that might happen. So next time, no Longhorn. Yeah, we'll pick another spot. I know a pretty good spot in Pooler we could meet up. I know a pretty good spot in Pooler if you want to do that, Daniel. There's a great spot in Pooler.
You captured Zone C. You captured Zone A.
Alright, I've got 2 souls. What the heck? There we go. Will I become a permanent substitute teacher? Probably become a full-time teacher, not a sub. But I've got to find the school, and I got to get my certification reinstated. Thought I was quitting YouTube. If I was ever quitting YouTube, guys, I would make a video about it. I wouldn't do it over a stream. I'd make a full video about the issue. I wouldn't do it over a stream. Damn. Run away now, pirate. Run away. But nah, man. It's cool. But yeah, there's this place in Pooler you'll like, Daniel. It's a Korean barbecue spot. Really tasty. Really good. We can hit that up. Probably hang out. Chat there.
You lost Zone A.
Wow, looks like Mad Max was a little mad. Why are you thanking me, bro? You were fighting me 2v1 and I held out. Hey, I'm always down. What are you thinking? Oh, what's that Korean place called? Oh God, he's quit. Oh, that's rough. The Zon who quit. That's rough, guys. That's real rough. Hey, Lark. You're talking about the hot pot spot? I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. Like, let me get rid of this guy, and then I'll tell you exactly. Here, let me look at it. B1. It's called B1. Have you heard of that, Daniel? B1? It's actually really close to Lions Gaming, which is another really popular gaming place.
Enemy team is breaking.
Bot 3s, man, they suck. Anyway. Which is hilarious to mention. I've gotten at Manhua lately, and they're always talking about barbecue pork or hot pot. Yeah, bro, Manhua's always doing that because that's what they love, dude. That's what they love. It's who they love. It's who they love, you know. But yeah, Daniel, let me know what day you're free. I might not be able to this weekend, but next weekend I should be free.